else. Now Dr. Dre and Snoop discussed lazy sampling. All right. I'm gonna play a clip of what they who did they appear on? Was it Stephen A. Smith? Yeah. So Stephen A. Smith had Dr. Dre and Snoop on his platform, and it was interesting what they were talking about. Now, before I play this, it's fair use, fair use, fair use, YouTube. All right, check this out.
Back to making quality music, get back to having a whole body of work, and get back to having a project that visually connects to the sonics.
Yeah, I think that right now the artists and producers are using all the same software and all the same technology, which is why all of the music sounds the same. I think that all the music that has come out over the last 5, maybe even 10 years are using the same drums, the 808, the rolling 808 drum. All of these artists are using the same exact drum beats, right? Which is a little bit of a cheat, in my opinion. So I'm waiting for musicianship to come back.
Me too.
Artists that are actually like really playing and not depending on the computers. I want to hear what the next level of hip hop is going to be and where it's going to go.
How did it get to the point where the artists were depending on the instruments, the equipment, as opposed to
So what you think about that so far? You feel it?
Let's not Dre is giving a little bit, get off my lawn, just a little bit. Because you can use Fruity Loop. Like, let's not denounce technology. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not being used for good, because Metro uses that stuff, and that nigga, he's cold. And he's shown that he can produce full projects. So it's just how you use the tool, not the tool itself. Everybody can't be Prince. Some people grew up in a tech era, bro. They half his age. They grew up with iPads in their baby crib. So they're used to tech. You know what I'm saying? So if you know how to use it, Hit Boy, cold.
Yeah, Hit Boy cold with it.
He uses all that tech stuff. So I can't. I get it. I understand what he's saying. He grew up on a certain era, and it's the golden era to him. But I can't knock the next because they're using technology as a tool and using it to their advantage, bro. Very successfully.
Okay. All right, let me keep playing.
Their natural gifts or what happened. When did that happen?
Well, it started happening because of computers and the internet. And the software made it easy. You could just go and download a beat and rap over it and make a fucking hit record. You know what I mean? But now I think it's getting ready to turn back into real musicianship and people that are really studying music, getting in the studio and really getting down like that. So
real quick.
And the reason why I say that he's right for that, because most of these hit records are based off of a sample. You're taking somebody's music that was a hit and you redoing it. You either fucking it up,
too.
Right? But now they fucking it up. It ain't like they making it better. Like, we complimented the sample that we use. If we took a sample from somebody, we didn't make your record depreciate. We actually made it appreciate because you made more money because you had more eyes on it, and now it has a different sound or a texture to it.
All right, I agree with that wholeheartedly. Right, there's a lot of lazy sampling going on. I think that when you sample something, you're supposed to create a new life either for yourself or for that song, right? Interpolations of the song, the beats of that song, the instruments or whatever. It's supposed to remind you of, that song. But if it's sampled real good, you won't even know that they sampled it. You know what I'm saying? So true. I agree with that. But nowadays, and I know why they have to do it this way, kind of, because you ain't gonna make no money if you loop it. I mean, not loop it, but what Warren G did on Regulate.
Okay.
If you do that, you won't get no money from it, right? But if you say Thuggish Ruggish Bone and Shatasha's part is playing, right? You can rap over her part and it won't be that you won't get no money from it because you're technically rapping over the song and not using the song as a sample. You're rapping over the original song. You're just looping it. However, it just a lot of stuff, it's lazy. It's, you know what I'm saying? And you can get away with it on some stuff, but some stuff is like, bro, this don't sound like you sampled the song. This sound like you did a remix of that song. You just put your verse on there, i.e. the Sexy Red and Glorilla song that sample Wipe Me Down.
Well, that's not that bad though. You going a little too hard on that because I've seen too many ladies that like that, bro. It's just a female version. They put their own sauce to it, bro.
Yeah, it's not. Put it like this. I could put that on, but that's not gonna make everybody go crazy. Like I feel like if I put that on as a DJ, they'll vibe to it for like the first minute, and then after a while they're gonna stop dancing.
Do you play the whole 4-minute song when you a DJ, bro? What are we talking about?
Yeah, for certain songs, yes, you have to.
Yes, for some, yes. But I'm saying that a better example of lazy sampling would be NLE Choppa sampling Hot in Here. That was a hot mess. And that really, in my opinion, was the bottom of the people were like, fam. Like now, and then it was like 3 or 4 in a row where it was just we were already kind of like, okay, the sampling shit getting a little lazy. The sampling shit getting a little, and then he came out with that, and it was just an abomination to me. It was like, fam, number one, we all remember that song. It felt like it came out yesterday. That's number one. It's too soon. We already are familiar. What made Snoop and Dre shit so dope, even though they were sampling, is we weren't familiar with that shit that they were sampling. True. Generally speaking, people of our generation
weren't. Yeah,
that was new to us.
Yeah, true.
Sometimes people didn't even know that was a sample. Of course, if you were 40 and 50 back then yes, you knew, but you probably weren't listening. If you were 50 and 92, you probably weren't listening to Dre. Maybe you were. I don't know. But yeah, they sampling is tricky. And if you take somebody like a Kanye or you take somebody like a Dre that is able to flip it, but these niggas are exceptions, bro. They're fucking. It's like Michael Jordan trying to coach. You want to know why Michael Jordan would make a terrible coach, nigga? Because he would be telling people to do shit that only he could do. Like it's tricky when the superstars and the icons try to coach other people because their level of expectation is different.
Well, yeah, I think that naturally you're gonna do that, right? But what he's talking about is I have hope that it is gonna be that because the difference between Metro and Dr. Dre, right? And this is me as a DJ. I started learning, like when I play certain records, you remember you were just like, you gonna play all 4 minutes of it? It's certain songs, like from back then, the instruments and the sound that comes out sonically from my sound system, it's so crisp and so like it got soul in it because they sampled those records and gave more of a mixture to it versus Metro Boomin. All that stuff, you can only play that. It's like microwave, bro. You can only.
I can't do Metro like that though. Metro stuff is cinematic, bro. Like he's a talented.
I didn't say he wasn't talented, but what I'm saying is the mixes that you make of today. I see how crowds react to it. I'm talking about like folks who are gonna dance the whole time versus somebody who's gonna turn up for a little bit and then after a minute, you be ready to go to the next one. I'm not saying they're not good records because listen, I'm talking about from a DJ's perspective, but if you're riding in the car, it's different.
I'm talking about riding in the car perspective.
Yeah, riding in the car perspective is different. No, it's good, but when you're talking about live crowd, when you see the soul and people moving and stuff like that, I've seen a lot of this music that is very microwavable to where that's why they didn't trim it down to like 2-minute songs because after I remember when I was playing some Future records, bro, after like I swear to God, bro, like 30 seconds, they'd be like, hey, can you play this? Can you play that? Versus if I throw on Candy Rain by Soul For Real, they about to sing it like it ain't no tomorrow, bro.
Yeah, because they remember their middle school prom, nigga, when they finally got the girl that be wanting them. There's a lot of nostalgia attached to them songs.
Of course, it's memories. These songs ain't doing the same thing. Because I could play records 10 years ago, ain't that long ago, bro.
That's true.
And they don't have the same feeling. That's all I'm saying production-wise.
I would say production-wise, hip-hop has never been in a better space. I can't tell you the last album I listened to and said, man, this album would have been fire if these beats weren't trash. Beats are complete flames now, today, and I'm talking about anywhere from Common and Pete Rock.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Metro and nigga, production is Big X the Plug. Production is slapping. Like, bro, I can go all day. Glorilla, all these people beats. If nothing else, Sexy Red shit is hot. Why? Because the beat is hard. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's making people move differently, but production is at an all-time high. I don't care what nobody say. I can go on YouTube right now and Google Little Baby type beat, and that shit is gonna be hard from a nobody in Iowa with 37 followers. And the beat gonna be hard as fuck.
I think you kind of reaching when you say of all time. Nah,
it's at an all-time high, bro. Having poor beats is inexcusable in 2024. It's inexcusable.
Well, the beats,
I'm telling you,
the beats Drake been picking kind of been on that way.
Flames.
Okay.
But he doesn't need a beat though.
Who, Drake?
Yeah, he don't need good beats.
Yeah, he just need a ghostwriter. So when we